Question 1. What is the proper following distance under normal driving conditions? A. 1 second behind the vehicle in front. B. 2 seconds behind the vehicle in front. C. 3 seconds behind the vehicle in front. Answer: C. 3 seconds behind the vehicle in front. Maintaining a 3-second following distance provides adequate time for reaction and stopping in case of sudden traffic changes. Question 2. How should you react to a flashing red traffic light at an intersection? A. Treat it as a yield sign. B. Treat it as a stop sign. C. Ignore it if no traffic is present. Answer: B. Treat it as a stop sign. A flashing red light at an intersection should be treated as a stop sign, requiring drivers to come to a full stop and proceed when safe. Question 3. What are the legal requirements for wearing seatbelts in Alberta? A. All passengers must wear seatbelts only on highways. B. Only the driver and front seat passengers must wear seatbelts. C. All vehicle occupants must wear seatbelts. Answer: C. All vehicle occupants must wear seatbelts. It is a legal requirement in Alberta for all occupants in a vehicle to wear seatbelts for safety. Question 4. What should you do if you encounter an emergency vehicle with sirens and lights on while driving? A. Speed up and move in the same direction as the emergency vehicle. B. Pull over to the right and stop. C. Continue driving at the same speed. Answer: B. Pull over to the right and stop. When you encounter an emergency vehicle with activated sirens and lights, you should pull over to the right side of the road and stop to allow it to pass. Question 5. How are right-of-way rules determined at a 4-way stop? A. The vehicle to arrive first has the right-of-way. B. The vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. C. The fastest vehicle has the right-of-way. Answer: A. The vehicle to arrive first has the right-of-way. At a 4-way stop, the first vehicle to stop at the intersection should move forward first. Question 6. What is the speed limit in urban residential areas unless otherwise posted? A. 30 km/h. B. 50 km/h. C. 60 km/h. Answer: B. 50 km/h. In urban residential areas in Alberta, the default speed limit is 50 km/h unless signs indicate otherwise. Question 7. How do you handle a left turn at a traffic light with no left turn signal? A. Turn left only on a green arrow. B. Yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians, then proceed with caution. C. Wait until the light turns red before turning. Answer: B. Yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians, then proceed with caution. Without a dedicated left turn signal, drivers must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians before turning left. Question 8. What actions should you take if you experience tire failure while driving on a highway? A. Immediately apply the brakes and stop. B. Gradually slow down and steer to a safe area off the roadway. C. Continue to your destination at a reduced speed. Answer: B. Gradually slow down and steer to a safe area off the roadway. In case of tire failure, it's safest to reduce speed gradually and pull over safely to avoid losing control. Question 9. Describe the correct procedure for parallel parking between two cars. A. Park in one swift motion without adjusting. B. Reverse into the space, adjust the vehicle to fit, and pull forward to center the car. C. Park diagonally between two cars. Answer. B. Reverse into the space, adjust the vehicle to fit, and pull forward to center the car. Proper parallel parking involves reversing into the space and then adjusting to fit neatly between the two cars. Question 10. What should you do if you start skidding on ice? A. Accelerate to gain traction. B. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. C. Steer into the skid and gently apply the brakes. Answer. C. Steer into the skid and gently apply the brakes. When skidding on ice, steering into the direction of the skid and gently braking can help regain control of the vehicle. Question 11. What are the consequences of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs? A. A warning for the first offense. B. Mandatory education programs and possible license suspension. C. No consequences if under the legal limit. Answer. B. Mandatory education programs and possible license suspension. Driving under the influence can lead to serious legal consequences, including mandatory participation in education programs and suspension of driving privileges. Question 12. How should you approach driving in foggy conditions? A. Use high beams for better visibility. B. Use low beams and fog lights, if available. C. Drive at normal speeds to maintain traffic flow. Answer. B. Use low beams and fog lights, if available. High beams can reflect off fog and reduce visibility, so low beams and fog lights are recommended. Question 13. What does a yellow or amber traffic light mean? A. Acceleratedo, accelerate to clear the intersection. B. Prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. C. Ignore the signal if no traffic is present. Answer. B. Prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. A yellow or amber light warns that the light is about to change to red, and you should stop if it's safe to do so without causing an accident. Question 14. How do you yield the right of way to pedestrians? A. Only yield to pedestrians in marked crosswalks. B. Always yield to pedestrians, regardless of where they are crossing. C. Pedestrians must yield to vehicles. Answer. B. Always yield to pedestrians, regardless of where they are crossing. Pedestrians have the right of way at all crossings, and drivers must yield to ensure their safety. Question 15. What are the rules for using headlights during poor visibility conditions? A. Use high beams at all times. B. Use low beams and fog lights, if available. C. Headlights are optional during daylight. Answer. B. Use low beams and fog lights, if available. Low beams and fog lights help improve visibility without blinding other drivers. Question 16. When is it permissible to pass another vehicle on the right? A. When the vehicle in front is making a left turn and there is room to pass safely. B. It is never permissible to pass on the right. C. Only on one-way streets. Answer: A. When the vehicle in front is making a left turn and there is room to pass safely. This is a safe and legal opportunity to pass another vehicle on the right. Question 17. What should you do before changing lanes? A. Signal and proceed immediately. B. Check mirrors and blind spots, then signal before changing lanes. C. Change lanes quickly to avoid traffic buildup. Answer: B. Check mirrors and blind spots, then signal before changing lanes. Always ensure it is safe before moving into another lane. Question 18. Describe how to use a roundabout correctly. A. Enter at high speed and exit quickly. B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Signal your exit. C. Stop before entering and proceed when the roundabout is completely clear. Answer: B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Signal your exit. This ensures smooth traffic flow and safety within the roundabout. Question 19. What are the restrictions on using a mobile phone while driving? A. Hands-free use is permitted. B. All mobile phone use is banned. C. Texting is allowed but not calling. Answer: A. Hands-free use is permitted. Using a mobile phone without hands-free technology while driving is prohibited. Question 20. How do you respond to a traffic officer's directions during a traffic stop? A. Disregard the directions if they conflict with traffic signals. B. Follow the officer's directions even if they conflict with traffic signals. C. Wait for a second officer for confirmation before acting. Answer: B. Follow the officer's directions even if they conflict with traffic signals. Traffic officers' instructions take precedence during traffic management and emergencies. Question 21. What is the correct way to secure a child in a vehicle? A. Use an adult seat belt. B. Use an appropriate child car seat or booster. C. Let the child choose where they want to sit. Answer: B. Use an appropriate child car seat or booster. It is legally required and safest to secure a child using a car seat or booster suitable for their age, height, and weight. Question 22. What are the guidelines for driving near school buses? A. Pass slowly and watch for children. B. Always stop when a bus displays flashing lights and the stop arm is extended. C. Ignore the flashing lights unless children are visible. Answer: B. Always stop when a bus displays flashing lights and the stop arm is extended. This rule helps protect children getting on and off the bus. Question 23. How should you act when approaching a railway crossing with flashing lights? A. Speed up to cross before the train arrives. B. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing. C. Proceed if no train is visible. Answer: B. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing. Drivers must stop and only proceed when it is safe and the lights have stopped, ensuring the train has passed. Question 24. What steps should you take after being involved in a traffic accident? A. Leave the scene immediately. B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the accident if necessary. C. Wait for others to report the accident. Answer: B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the accident if necessary. It is important to document the incident and fulfill legal obligations. Question 25. What are the penalties for failing to wear a seatbelt? A. A verbal warning. B. A possible fine and demerit points. C. No penalties. Wearing a seatbelt is optional. Answer: B. A possible fine and demerit points. Not wearing a seatbelt is a legal offense that carries fines and can affect your driving record. Question 26. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down on a highway? A. Wait in the car for help. B. Try to fix your car on the road. C. Move to the side of the road and use hazard lights. Answer: C. Move to the side of the road and use hazard lights. This is the safest way to handle a breakdown, avoiding traffic and alerting other drivers. Question 27. How can you safely drive through a construction zone? A. Maintain normal speed to keep traffic flowing. B. Speed up to pass the zone quickly. C. Slow down, follow signs, and use caution. Answer: C. Slow down, follow signs, and use caution. Construction zones require extra attention and lower speeds to navigate safely. Question 28. What are the rules for making a U-turn on a city street? A. Make a U-turn at any intersection. B. U-turns are never allowed on city streets. C. Only make a U-turn where signs permit and it is safe to do so. Answer: C. Only make a U-turn where signs permit and it is safe to do so. This ensures that U-turns are made without disrupting traffic or causing accidents. Question 29. How should you adjust your driving based on weather conditions? A. Ignore weather changes and drive normally. B. Adjust your speed and following distance according to the conditions. C. Only adjust driving at night. Answer: B. Adjust your speed and following distance according to the conditions. Adapting driving habits to weather conditions is crucial for safety. Question 30. What does a solid white line on the road indicate? A. Lane changes are encouraged. B. Lane changes are prohibited. C. Indicates a parking zone. Answer: B. Lane changes are prohibited. Solid white lines are used to indicate that lane changes should not be made. Question 31. What are the requirements for displaying license plates on your vehicle? A. Only the rear plate is required. B. Plates must be displayed on both the front and back of the vehicle. C. No plates are required if the vehicle is registered. Answer: B. Plates must be displayed on both the front and back of the vehicle. This is required for identification and legal compliance. Question 32. How do you approach driving on a road with multiple lanes? A. Use the leftmost lane for regular travel. B. Choose the rightmost lane unless overtaking. C. Always stay in the middle lane. Answer: B. Choose the rightmost lane unless overtaking. This lane discipline helps maintain traffic flow and allows for safe lane changes and overtaking. Question 33. What actions should be taken if your brakes fail? A. Continue driving and use gears to slow down. B. Pump the brake pedal quickly and use the emergency brake if necessary. C. Stop the car by colliding with a barrier. Answer. B. Pump the brake pedal quickly and use the emergency brake if necessary. This can help to regain some control and stop the vehicle safely. Question 34. What should you do if confronted by an aggressive driver? A. Respond with similar aggression. B. Stay calm, avoid eye contact, and keep your distance. C. Challenge the driver to assert dominance. Answer. B. Stay calm, avoid eye contact, and keep your distance. De-escalating the situation can prevent dangerous outcomes. Question 35. What are the steps to properly adjust your vehicle's mirrors? A. Adjust so you can see the edge of your car and the road behind. B. Set them to view as much of the rear as possible without seeing the sides of your vehicle. C. Keep the mirrors inward to avoid damage. Answer. B. Set them to view as much of the rear as possible without seeing the sides of your vehicle. Proper adjustment enhances rear visibility and reduces blind spots. Question 36. How do you identify and use an escape route while driving? A. Constantly look for ways to exit the road. B. Identify alternatives, such as shoulders or adjacent lanes, that could serve as escape routes. C. Focus only on the vehicle ahead and follow it. Answer. B. Identify alternatives, such as shoulders or adjacent lanes, that could serve as escape routes. Being aware of escape options is important for avoiding collisions. Question 37. What should you do if you miss your exit on a freeway? A. Make a U-turn immediately on the freeway. B. Continue to the next exit and find a way back. C. Stop and reverse on the freeway. Answer. B. Continue to the next exit and find a way back. This is the safest way to handle missing an exit, avoiding dangerous maneuvers on the freeway. Question 38. How do you safely share the road with cyclists? A. Ignore the cyclists as they have less right to the road. B. Give cyclists at least 1 meter of space when passing. C. Honk to alert cyclists when you are passing. Answer. B. Give cyclists at least 1 meter of space when passing. This ensures the safety of cyclists and respects their right to use the road. Question 39. What is the purpose of anti-lock braking systems? ABS. A. To lock the brakes and stop the vehicle faster. B. To prevent the wheels from locking and maintain steering control during an emergency stop. C. ABS is for improving the vehicle's acceleration. Answer. B. To prevent the wheels from locking and maintain steering control during an emergency stop. ABS helps drivers maintain control during sudden stops. Question 40. How do traffic circles differ from roundabouts? A. Traffic circles are larger than roundabouts. B. There is no difference. They are the same. C. Traffic circles have yield signs at entries, while roundabouts have stop signs. Answer. A. Traffic circles are larger than roundabouts. This distinction often affects the way drivers must navigate through them, with larger circles potentially requiring different handling. Question 41. What is the maximum allowable blood alcohol concentration for fully licensed drivers in Alberta? A. 0, 5%. B. 0, 8%. C. 0, 0%. Answer: B. 0, 8%. Fully licensed drivers in Alberta are legally allowed a maximum blood alcohol concentration of 0, 8%, above which is considered impaired driving. Question 42. What should you do when you see animals on the roadway? A. Speed up to scare them off the road. B. Honk continuously until they clear the road. C. Slow down or stop until they have cleared the area. Answer: C. Slow down or stop until they have cleared the area. This is the safest way to deal with animals on the road to avoid accidents. Question 43. How do you safely handle high wind conditions while driving? A. Keep your speed and grip the steering wheel tightly. B. Reduce speed, keep a firm grip on the steering, and stay alert. C. Use cruise control to maintain a steady speed. Answer: B. Reduce speed, keep a firm grip on the steering, and stay alert. Lowering your speed and maintaining control of the vehicle are crucial in high wind conditions. Question 44. What does a green arrow showing at a traffic light signify? A. Proceed with caution in the direction of the arrow. B. Stop and wait for a full green light. C. You have the right of way in the direction of the arrow. Answer: C. You have the right of way in the direction of the arrow. A green arrow at a traffic signal means you can safely proceed in the direction indicated. Question 45. What are the rules regarding the use of cruise control? A. Use only in dry highway conditions. B. Use in any weather conditions. C. Never use cruise control. Answer: A. Use only in dry highway conditions. Cruise control is best used in consistent driving conditions without frequent stops or changes. Question 46. How should a driver respond to flashing blue lights on a vehicle? A. Speed up to clear the way. B. Pull over to the side of the road and stop. C. Continue driving at the same speed. Answer: B. Pull over to the side of the road and stop. When you see flashing blue lights, it typically indicates an emergency vehicle requiring clear passage. Question 47. What precautions should be taken when driving near heavy trucks? A. Maintain a larger following distance. B. Pass quickly with minimal clearance. C. Tailgate to avoid wind resistance. Answer: A. Maintain a larger following distance. Given their size and stopping distances, keeping a safe distance from heavy trucks is crucial for safety. Question 48. How do you recover from hydroplaning? A. Brake hard and steer in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Gently ease off the accelerator and steer in the direction of the skid. C. Accelerate to regain traction. Answer: B. Gently ease off the accelerator and steer in the direction of the skid. This helps regain control without making the hydroplaning worse. Question 49. What are the rules for driving in a carpool lane? A. Any vehicle can use the carpool lane at any time. B. Only vehicles with multiple occupants can use the carpool lane during designated hours. C. Carpool lanes are reserved for buses only. Answer B. Only vehicles with multiple occupants can use the carpool lane during designated hours. These lanes are designed to promote more efficient commuting by vehicles with passengers. Question 50. What are the indications that a vehicle's shock absorbers may need replacing? A. The car handles as expected. B. The car continues to bounce after going over a bump. C. The car's tires do not touch the road. Answer B. The car continues to bounce after going over a bump. If your car continues to bounce after hitting a bump, it could indicate worn shock absorbers. Question 51. What is the legal speed limit when passing an emergency vehicle stopped on the side of the road with its lights activated? A. 60 km/h. B. The normal speed limit of the road. C. At least 15 km/h and below the posted speed limit. Answer A. 60 km/h. When passing an emergency vehicle with activated lights, you must slow down to 60 km/h or the posted speed if it is lower. Question 52. How should you proceed when a traffic light turns yellow as you approach an intersection? A. Speed up to beat the red light. B. Prepare to stop unless you are too close to the intersection to do so safely. C. Ignore the yellow light and proceed. Answer B. Prepare to stop unless you are too close to the intersection to do so safely. The yellow light is a warning that the signal is about to change to red. Question 53. What is the difference between yield and stop signs? A. Yield means come to a complete stop. Stop means slow down and proceed when safe. B. Yield means slow down and proceed when safe. Stop means come to a complete stop. C. There is no difference. Both signs mean the same thing. Answer B. Yield means slow down and proceed when safe. Stop means come to a complete stop. Knowing the difference is crucial for following traffic rules correctly. Question 54. How should you position your hands on the steering wheel? A. At the 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock positions. B. At the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. C. Any position as long as you are comfortable. Answer B. At the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. This position offers the most control and reduces injury risk in the event of an airbag deployment. Question 55. What are the legal implications of not reporting a traffic accident? A. No legal implications if both parties agree. B. Possible fines and legal action for failing to report. C. Mandatory community service. Answer B. Possible fines and legal action for failing to report. It's legally required to report certain accidents, especially if they involve injuries or significant property damage. Question 56. What are Alberta's laws concerning smoking in vehicles when minors are present? A. Smoking is permitted with the window down. B. Smoking in vehicles with minors present is illegal. C. There are no specific laws regarding smoking in vehicles. Answer B. Smoking in vehicles with minors present is illegal. This law protects minors from secondhand smoke exposure. Question 57. How should you adjust your driving in the presence of streetcars or trams? A. Overtake them the same as other vehicles. B. Always give way to them, especially when they are moving. C. Ignore them unless they signal. Answer B. Always give way to them, especially when they are moving. Streetcars and trams often have the right of way due to their fixed routes. Question 58. What is the minimum tread depth for tires in Alberta? A. 1. 6 millimeters. B. 3. 0 millimeters. C. 1. 0 millimeters. Answer A. 1. 6 millimeters. This is the legal minimum tread depth required to ensure sufficient traction and safety on the road. Question 59. What should you do if you're involved in a minor collision with no injuries? A. Leave the scene immediately. B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the collision if necessary. C. Wait for police to arrive before doing anything. Answer B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the collision if necessary. It's important to handle minor collisions responsibly by exchanging details and reporting to the authorities if required. Question 60. How can you improve fuel efficiency while driving? A. Accelerate quickly at all times. B. Use air conditioning at all times. C. Maintain steady speeds, use cruise control on highways, and minimize idling. Answer C. Maintain steady speeds, use cruise control on highways, and minimize idling. These practices help reduce fuel consumption and increase efficiency. Question 61. What steps should you take to prepare your car for winter driving? A. Reduce tire pressure for better traction. B. Install winter tires and check the antifreeze level. C. Cover the windshield with a tarp overnight. Answer B. Install winter tires and check the antifreeze level. Preparing your car for winter involves ensuring that it can handle icy conditions and maintaining visibility. Question 62. How does road rage affect driving safety? A. It enhances focus and driving efficiency. B. It can lead to aggressive driving behaviors and accidents. C. It has no effect on driving safety. Answer B. It can lead to aggressive driving behaviors and accidents. Road rage is dangerous and can significantly compromise safety by inciting reckless actions on the road. Question 63. What is the proper way to exit a freeway? A. Slow down considerably before reaching the exit ramp. B. Use the exit lane to gradually reduce speed and follow the exit signs. C. Exit directly from the fast lane. Answer B. Use the exit lane to gradually reduce speed and follow the exit signs. Exiting safely involves planning your move in advance and adjusting your speed appropriately in the exit lane. Question 64. How should you react if the rear end of your car starts to skid? A. Brake hard and steer into the skid. B. Steer into the skid and gently tap the brakes. C. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. Answer: B. Steer into the skid and gently tap the brakes. This technique helps to regain control by aligning the car's direction with where the rear is heading. Question 65. What should you do if you find a traffic signal is out of service? A. Treat the intersection as a four-way stop. B. Ignore the outage and proceed with caution. C. Continue at the same speed. Answer: A. Treat the intersection as a four-way stop. When traffic signals are out, treating the situation as a four-way stop ensures that all drivers take turns to proceed safely. Question 66. How do you test your vehicle's brakes after driving through deep water? A. Continue driving at normal speeds to dry the brakes. B. Stop immediately and check for water damage. C. Pump your brakes gently to check their effectiveness. Answer: C. Pump your brakes gently to check their effectiveness. This helps to ensure they are still functioning properly and to remove any excess water. Question 67. What does a no entry sign look like and what does it signify? A. A red circle with a blue background indicating do not enter. B. A red circle with a white bar indicating do not enter. C. A yellow circle with a red border indicating yield. Answer: B. A red circle with a white bar indicating do not enter. This sign is used to show that a road or area is closed to vehicular traffic. Question 68. How should you adjust your vehicle's headlights for night driving? A. Aim them higher to see further down the road. B. Adjust them to ensure they do not blind oncoming traffic. C. Use high beams at all times. Answer: B. Adjust them to ensure they do not blind oncoming traffic. Proper headlight adjustment is crucial for both visibility and safety, allowing you to see the road without affecting other drivers. Question 69. What are the rules for parking on a hill? A. Turn your wheels away from the curb. B. Always park parallel to the hill. C. Turn your wheels toward the curb or road shoulder if there is no curb. Answer: C. Turn your wheels toward the curb or road shoulder if there is no curb. This prevents the car from rolling into traffic if the brakes fail. Question 70. What is the procedure for obtaining a driver's license in Alberta? A. Pass a vision test, knowledge test, and road test. B. Pay a license fee only. C. Provide proof of prior driving experience. Answer: A. Pass a vision test, knowledge test, and road test. These steps are designed to ensure that all new drivers have the necessary skills and knowledge to drive safely. Question 71. What should you do to ensure safety when backing up? A. Rely only on mirrors. B. Check all mirrors and blind spots and proceed slowly. C. Back up quickly to minimize the time in reverse. Answer: B. Check all mirrors and blind spots and proceed slowly. This ensures that you are aware of your surroundings and can react to any obstacles. Question 72. What are the legal requirements for motorcycle helmets in Alberta? A. Helmets are optional for riders over the age of 18. B. Helmets are mandatory for all motorcycle riders and passengers. C. Helmets are only required on highways. Answer. B. Helmets are mandatory for all motorcycle riders and passengers. This law ensures the safety of motorcyclists by reducing the risk of head injuries in accidents. Question 73. How do you handle an intersection with malfunctioning traffic lights? A. Treat it as a yield sign. B. Treat it as a four-way stop. C. Ignore the malfunction and proceed as usual. Answer. B. Treat it as a four-way stop. When traffic lights are not functioning, drivers should treat the intersection as a four-way stop to ensure safety and order. Question 74. What does a flashing green light at an intersection mean? A. Accelerate as you have the right of way. B. Proceed with caution, yielding to pedestrians. C. Stop as the light is about to turn red. Answer. B. Proceed with caution, yielding to pedestrians. A flashing green light indicates that you may proceed but must yield to pedestrians and oncoming traffic when turning. Question 75. How should you adjust your driving when towing a trailer? A. Increase your speed to match the traffic flow. B. Use your mirrors more frequently and allow for extra stopping distance. C. Do not use mirrors as the trailer will obstruct the view. Answer. B. Use your mirrors more frequently and allow for extra stopping distance. Towing a trailer affects vehicle handling and braking, requiring adjustments to driving habits. Question 76. What signs indicate a pedestrian crossing? A. A white diamond sign. B. A sign with a walking person. C. A blue square sign. Answer. B. A sign with a walking person. This sign is used to alert drivers to areas where pedestrians may be crossing and extra caution is needed. Question 77. How should you respond to honking from other drivers? A. Honk back to communicate. B. Ignore the honking unless it is a warning of danger. C. Accelerate to get out of the way quickly. Answer. B. Ignore the honking unless it is a warning of danger. Responding to unnecessary honking can escalate road rage and distractions. Question 78. What are the rules for transporting pets in a vehicle? A. Pets can roam freely within the vehicle. B. Pets should be securely restrained or in carriers. C. Pets are not allowed in vehicles. Answer. B. Pets should be securely restrained or in carriers. This ensures the safety of the pets and all passengers within the vehicle. Question 79. What should you do to maintain vehicle control during sudden braking? A. Slam on the brakes as hard as possible. B. Gently apply the brakes and steer steadily. C. Pull the emergency brake. Answer. B. Gently apply the brakes and steer steadily. Controlled braking helps maintain vehicle stability and avoids skids during sudden stops. Question 80. What are the signs that your vehicle needs an oil change? A. Increased fuel efficiency. B. Dark and dirty oil on the dipstick. C. A quieter engine than usual. Answer: B. Dark and dirty oil on the dipstick. Regularly checking the oil condition can indicate when it's time for an oil change to ensure engine health and performance. Question 81. How do you approach a blind corner on a narrow road? A. Accelerate to pass the corner quickly. B. Honk your horn and proceed with caution. C. Drive at a consistent speed. Answer: B. Honk your horn and proceed with caution. This helps alert any oncoming traffic that may not be visible due to the corner. Question 82. What are the guidelines for safe driving in residential areas? A. Drive as quickly as the speed limit allows. B. Always use high beams to see more clearly. C. Drive slowly and watch for children and pets. Answer: C. Drive slowly and watch for children and pets. Residential areas often have children, pets, and other pedestrians, so extra caution is necessary. Question 83. How do you handle situations where you need to yield to emergency vehicles at a roundabout? A. Continue to your exit before yielding. B. Stop in the roundabout to wait for the emergency vehicle to pass. C. Exit the roundabout immediately and then yield. Answer: C. Exit the roundabout immediately and then yield. This approach avoids congestion within the roundabout and allows emergency vehicles to pass more easily. Question 84. What is the significance of a blue sign with a white arrow? A. It indicates a mandatory direction of travel. B. It is an informational sign about local amenities. C. It signals an upcoming U-turn possibility. Answer: A. It indicates a mandatory direction of travel. Such signs are used to direct traffic flow clearly and safely. Question 85. How do you respond to a bus that is pulling out of a bus bay? A. Speed up to pass the bus quickly. B. Yield to the bus as it enters traffic. C. Ignore the bus and maintain your speed. Answer: B. Yield to the bus as it enters traffic. Giving way to buses pulling out of bays helps facilitate smoother and safer traffic flow. Question 86. What are the indications that your vehicle's alignment needs adjustment? A. The vehicle pulls to one side when driving on a straight road. B. The vehicle's fuel efficiency improves. C. The tires wear evenly. Answer: A. The vehicle pulls to one side when driving on a straight road. This is a common sign that the vehicle's alignment may be off. Question 87. How should you react if you are being tailgated? A. Brake sharply to warn the following driver. B. Increase your speed to put more distance between you and the tailgater. C. Maintain your speed or slow down gradually, increasing the following distance ahead of you. Answer: C. Maintain your speed or slow down gradually, increasing the following distance ahead of you. This minimizes the risk of a collision. Question 88. What are the legal requirements for child restraint systems? A. Children can use adult seat belts at any age. B. Child restraint systems are mandatory for children under a certain age or height. C. Booster seats are optional. Answer: B. Child restraint systems are mandatory for children under a certain age or height. This law ensures the safety of young passengers. Question 89. How should you deal with headlights from oncoming traffic at night? A. Stare directly at the headlights to ensure you know the position of the oncoming vehicle. B. Focus on the right side of the road and use the road markings as a guide. C. Flash your headlights to signal the oncoming vehicle to dim theirs. Answer: B. Focus on the right side of the road and use the road markings as a guide. This helps avoid being blinded by oncoming headlights. Question 90. What steps should you take if you suspect your vehicle has a gas leak? A. Continue driving to reach your destination. B. Pull over safely and call for professional help. C. Light a match to identify the source of the leak. Answer: B. Pull over safely and call for professional help. If you suspect a gas leak, it is critical to stop the vehicle safely and seek professional assistance. Question 91. What should you check before starting a long journey in your car? A. Check the paintwork and cleanliness of the vehicle. B. Make sure you have snacks and music for the road. C. Ensure your vehicle's fluid levels, lights, and tires are in good condition. Answer: C. Ensure your vehicle's fluid levels, lights, and tires are in good condition. Pre-trip checks are crucial for safety on long journeys. Question 92. How do you determine if your vehicle is safe to drive after an accident? A. Check if the radio and air conditioning are working. B. Assess the vehicle for any leaks, tire damage, or alignment issues. C. If the vehicle starts, it is safe to drive. Answer: B. Assess the vehicle for any leaks, tire damage, or alignment issues. These checks help determine if the vehicle has suffered any critical damage that could affect its safety. Question 93. What are the rules about driving over mountain passes in Alberta? A. Use lower gears to control speed on descents. B. Maintain high speeds to get over the pass quickly. C. Stop frequently to let the engine cool down. Answer: A. Use lower gears to control speed on descents. This helps maintain a safe, manageable speed without overusing the brakes. Question 94. What should you do to prevent vehicle theft? A. Leave the windows down and doors unlocked. B. Always lock your vehicle and park in well-lit areas. C. Hide the keys somewhere on the vehicle exterior. Answer: B. Always lock your vehicle and park in well-lit areas. These practices help deter thieves and protect your vehicle. Question 95. How do you check for pedestrians when turning right on a red light? A. Only focus on the traffic from the left. B. Quickly glance in both directions before proceeding. C. Come to a complete stop. Check all directions and proceed when safe. Answer: C. Come to a complete stop. Check all directions and proceed when safe. This ensures that you are aware of all pedestrians and vehicles before moving. Question 96. What are the rules for displaying a learner's plate on a vehicle? A. Display on the rear window only. B. Display on both the front and rear of the vehicle. C. Displaying learner's plates is optional. Answer: B. Display on both the front and rear of the vehicle. This helps other drivers recognize the presence of a learning driver and encourages them to be more cautious. Question 97. How should you prepare for a driver's knowledge test? A. Guess the answers based on common sense. B. Study the driver's handbook and take practice tests. C. You do not need to prepare. The test is straightforward. Answer: B. Study the driver's handbook and take practice tests. Adequate preparation is essential for success on the knowledge test. Question 98. What steps should you take if you feel drowsy while driving? A. Continue driving and hope to wake up. B. Stop at a safe location and take a break or nap. C. Open the windows and turn up the radio. Answer: B. Stop at a safe location and take a break or nap. If you feel drowsy, it's important to rest before continuing to drive. Question 99. What are the implications of driving a vehicle without proper insurance? A. There are no implications as long as you drive safely. B. You could face fines, vehicle impoundment, and license suspension. C. You will receive a warning for the first offense. Answer: B. You could face fines, vehicle impoundment, and license suspension. Driving without insurance is illegal and carries serious penalties. Question 100. What should you do if your vehicle's engine overheats while driving? A. Keep driving to circulate the air and cool the engine. B. Stop the vehicle, turn off the engine, and allow it to cool before checking coolant levels. C. Add cold water to the radiator immediately. Answer: B. Stop the vehicle, turn off the engine, and allow it to cool before checking coolant levels. This is the safest way to handle an overheating engine to prevent further damage.